you delightful human beings, and welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you're new here. I'm Christina, aka That Variety, and today we're gathered here to watch our stories. We're here to watch Monday Night Raw, and we've got quite a show to look forward to say the least. Raw was live this week over in the UK, and we didn't obviously watch this live because, well, we were working. So there's that. Next week I do have off because of Labor Day here in the States, so like I just have the day off that day, so we will be watching it live next week at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, which is nice. And we will also be watching Clash in Paris live as well. That's also at 2 o'clock as well. Speaking of times, I caught something a little interesting on the Netflix. So September 8th will be back to the usual 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time start time, but then on the 15th and 22nd they have a 7 o'clock starting time, which is very interesting. So not sure what's going on there, but I'm intrigued. And for the record, I am not going to WrestlePalooza next month. First of all, who gives a 1 month notice on a premium live event? But two, like, my mom's in town that week, so obviously, like, my mom takes priority over the wrestling shenanigans. So there's that. Otherwise, I probably would have made the trip, to be honest. I probably would have made the overnight trip to Indianapolis because it's like 2 hours up the road from me. So yeah, they timed that very, very interestingly. They were like, all right, we can't have Christina going to any more of these shows. We can't have her going to any more of these shows because she's probably going to go to a whole bunch more next year because I'm going to SummerSlam next year. Either way around, we've got quite a show to get to. We've got Roman Reigns kicking things off. Paul Heyman's going to do something stupid probably, or say something stupid per usual. We probably will see the Shula Fala at some point. I think Bron Breaker and LA Knight are supposed to have a match. I think Nikki Bella is also supposed to call out Becky Lynch. And then we've got Penta versus Kofi Kingston. And we've also got Roxanne Perez versus Rhea Ripley. So not a bad show that we've got on our hands. Before we jump into the reaction, if my voice sounds a little bit weird or just off this week, I got really sick last week with like whatever sort of weird sinus thing was going around. And like there were a whole bunch of us in like different states, just people that I know in my real life that also got something too. And I'm like, did we just all get sick with something like all at the same time? Like, what is going on here? But yeah, like I was out on my couch like Tuesday and Wednesday. Like I just did my work and did what I could. And then just like I was out. Like I wasn't even working on my puzzle. I was just like that out. I'm like, I just need to just listen to my body, watch garbage television, and make sure that I'm hydrated. So that's exactly what I did. So on that note, grab your snacks, grab your choice of beverage, get comfy and cozy, make sure that you're taking care of yourself, make sure that you're taking care of your mental health, and please stay hydrated, kids. So on that note, let's just jump right into the reaction, friends. Let's just jump right into the reaction. Alrighty, friends, we got Roman Reigns out here to kick things off. Oh man, my voice sounds delightful. We're off to a great start. I really get a kick out of the, like, closed captions on Netflix. Crowd singing continues. Let's get to it, Roman. Let's get to it. All right, what is Roman about to acknowledge? It is not like old times indeed. The fans are seeing through it a little bit. Okay, I think we have some character development. Oh, what's their name? The Vision? Well, the fans are definitely on their best behavior. He doesn't have a bloodline and he doesn't have the wise man. I'm proud of Jay too, Roman. I'm proud of him too. Okay, at least we've explained how Jay adds into the whole situation, which, like, we were saying that last week. Like, Jay has a rematch, CM Punk has a rematch. They all have a rematch. They all have a stake in the match. The tribal chief versus the tribal thief. Oh, Paul. Oh, God. This man's been off the rails for weeks now. There's the Shula Fala. It's so stupid. I love it. Paul, give them a pass. They did a good job. No. They're doing a good job, Paul. Come on. Don't you bring up the Peaky Blinders, Paul Heyman. Seriously? I love Peaky Blinders. Don't try to ruin Peaky Blinders for me, Paul Heyman. Don't do it. Listen, the Shula Fala thing is so silly, but at the same time, if this gets us to Bronson Reed versus Roman Reigns like we're getting here, I'm okay with it, because, I mean, I'm here for more Bronson Reed on my screen. He's a talented dude. Oh, boy. We brought up Brock Lesnar. They never circled back to that, by the way, because, like, he showed up right after SummerSlam's main event on night 2 with, like, Cena losing to Cody and everything. Paul, it wasn't 5 years. What are you talking about? We've been here for a good chunk of the bloodline. You were together from, what, 2020 until, like, basically last year, pretty much? And then Roman left after WrestleMania last year. He left you hanging, Paul. But I will say I do miss Paul and Roman together, because Paul and Seth, that ain't it for me. He said, I miss you, my tribal chief. I'm not well. He still loves Roman. Don't let Seth hear this, Paul. Don't let Seth hear this. Are we still not ruling out, like, Roman and Seth for the custody of Paul Heyman or something at any point? I wouldn't rule it out. Paul, no, I'm fine, Paul. Even Roman's like, what are you doing? I had to mute it because just Paul's being obnoxious. This man has gone off the rails, and he's been off the rails for weeks now. I know it's like a heel thing or whatever, but I just don't like when we bring up money into this whole situation. Like, a house is a house, a car is a car, a job's a job. Like, we're all trying to do the best we can out here, Paul. It's 2025. Everything's expensive. Listen, I can't decide who's sounding more like a jealous ex on a week-to-week basis more, Paul Heyman or Seth at this point. He said his tribal chief. Seth, you might have to get someone to go after Paul now. You might need new Oracle at this rate. I'm very suspicious of this whole match, by the way, but then again, I mean, if it's like anything involving with Seth and company, I'm just suspicious at this point. Okay, I did kind of like that connection there. I was on board with what Bronson Reed had to say there. Well, did they not address like that one time when like Bronson Reed was in like War Games with like Solo and company against like Roman and company? Like, was that not a thing? Like, I'm pretty sure that hang on here, I'm fact checking this. Well, okay, why don't they just talk about like Survivor Series from like last year? Because like you could literally connect it that way too, right? Because like Bronson Reed helped out Solo and company, and Roman and like Punk and Sammy and the Usos, they were all together against them inside of War Games. Oh, Lord. Can we connect that back at some point if we haven't already? I think the crowd's chanting, give his shoes back. No, don't get rid of the Shula Fala. No, Paul Heyman's got the Shula Fala. No. All right, looks like Roman's taking care of this. You know what? I can get behind Bronson Reed a little bit more after this whole situation, but have they not, like, I might have missed it somewhere, but how did they not, like, address what happened at War Games last year? But here we go, people. We got security coming out here. This just isn't going to end well for anyone. I was gonna say, he's trying to steal Roman's shoes again. He might just do it at this rate. I don't know. Oh, there's the Superman punch, though, right as Bronson Reed was trying to get to the top turnbuckle right there. Oh, snap. Roman just went through the security and, well, he took down Bronson Reed pretty much too. Yeah. Well, no, okay. Well, they're fighting up the ramp now, so this is all happening. Alrighty. Well, that all just happened. We had quite the start to the show, to say the least. And, again, I really wish that they would have addressed, like, past lore and everything, because it is connected to the bloodline, right? Either way around, this was a good start to the show. The crowd was into it, and Bronson Reed got to shine on the mic a little bit, and Roman and Bronson Reed, they just were beating the crap out of each other towards the end. It was just chaos at the end. So I'll give this a thumbs up. This was good. Alrighty, we've got Dragon Lee versus JD McDonagh. Pretty much Dragon Lee, the LWO, they've all been sort of like in this like seemingly Judgment Day vortex, if you will. And this has also been kind of ingrained with like everything going on in AAA and everything, and what happened at Triple Mania and so on and so forth. Dominic Mysterio, he's been interacting a lot more with the new El Grande Americano, and we've so far confirmed there are 3 El Grande Americanos in the wilderness. Finn Balor just got kicked out for interfering, so good job on the referee. Somebody finally kicked out somebody from the Judgment Day, but why is it never Dom? It's like, yes, let's kick out Finn within the first few minutes, but let's never kick out Dom. That sounds about right. I mean, listen, sometimes these feuds get a little long and silly and stuff, but we get some cool moments, like that drop kick right there that JD just hit, as Dragon Lee was diving right there. But I mean, it gives people airtime, right? And we always complain about that. But yeah, again, there should be a balance, right? We don't want things going on forever, but we also want everybody to have something to do. Is that a fair assessment to make? I think that's pretty fair. Oh, geez, oh man. Okay, that suplex was crazy right there that they showed on the replay as we got back from the ad break. Oh my god, did you see that right there from Dragon Lee? That was such a smooth German suplex there. Dude, what? Did JD really just counter that? Again, I know it's because he's been in the Judgment Day for so long, but I think, you know, we tend to forget, like, JD's actually pretty good in the ring. Corey is all of us. Let them cook. Dragon Lee with the counter. Oh my god, what was that? That whole situation just caused Corey Graves to stand up at commentary. Dude, I don't know either. And I think Michael Cole stood up too. What in the world just happened? What is happening here? Okay, so Dragon Lee's on the ring post. Oh my god, and he just got JD right there. Oh my lord. Oh, but his foot's on the ropes. Dude, what are we watching? What are we seriously watching? What did I say? We have to be careful about freaking Dom around. Oh, AJ. There's AJ Styles. AJ's been like the ultimate hater for like over a year now. Because remember how he went all the way to Australia to go after LA Knight last year? And then he went to Mexico to go after Dom this year? Truly the ultimate hater on this show. Or at least he's got to be up there. I think that's it. That is it. Look at that. Dragon Lee won. All right. I'm here for it. Just for that alone, and because this matchup was good, I'm giving all this a thumbs up. I enjoyed this. I was entertained. Alrighty, friends, we got Kofi Kingston versus Penta. Penta's been in this whole situation with the New Day and Grayson Waller, and I think it started a couple weeks ago when Penta was having too much fun with Xavier Woods' hat. I'm pretty sure that's literally how this whole situation got started, and then it sort of like evolved into like them trying to get like the Mexican Destroyer banned and stuff like that. I guess like Xavier Woods, he also had like this interaction at some point with like Petey Williams trying to understand like the Canadian Destroyer and everything. It was a whole thing. Oh yeah, that's a whole thing too. So the New Day's also been in grieving, or in mourning rather, because they lost the tag team titles a little while ago, and they're mourning the death of the tag team division. So that's a whole thing. Kofi's like, I'm out of here. He's like sprinting out. Well, that's one way to go to commercial. I mean, are they just not going to do a count out? Oh, I guess we won't know because we got the ad break. All right, Penta, what are we doing? Oh my lord. Okay, that didn't look too great right there. Oh no. That might be it. How did Kofi kick out of that? I don't know how Kofi kicked out of that, friends. Hey, listen, Grayson took one for the team. There goes Penta to the outside of the ring. Okay, so Kofi just beat Penta. But look at Kofi. Kofi got a win here tonight. All right, well, we'll take that. We'll take that. But either way around, this match was serviceable, did what it needed to accomplish. And yeah, we'll just have to see what happens moving forward. Alrighty, friends, we've got Becky Lynch out here with the Women's Intercontinental Championship, and Nikki Bella's in the building, so this is totally going to end well. Michael Cole, there were people that were cheering, like that. There was a mixed response. Oh man, Becky's going for the jugular. What? You were going on about like how you were going to answer to Nikki Bella, but like you're out here first, so like you're not answering to Nikki Bella. Nikki Bella's answering to you. That's what I'm saying, Becky. What did she just call you? My dog loves Cody Rhodes. Yes. Well, I mean, weren't you technically giving away title opportunities to Natalya and Maxine like the last couple weeks? I'm just saying. Okay, at least Nikki Bella's addressing that part, because weren't we complaining about that, where it's like we could have had this like all about like, okay, Nikki was the generation before Becky, and then Becky kind of helped pave the way for the, you know, people that are kind of coming up right now effectively, right? Both had ways of transcending the business in your own eras. They were one right after the other, pretty much. Nikki, people can grow and change over the course of 10 years, right? Are we all the same people that we were 10 years ago? I don't think so. I think Nikki's kind of right on this one, just because, like, the fans really did elevate, like, Becky there, right? We wanted Becky, like, to have the title to main event WrestleMania, right? We remember that era there, around, what was that, like 2008, 2009? Becky's face right there. That's gonna be a meme this week. Same Becky. I thought she was going for another C word. Man, I miss Ozzy. Ozzy Osbourne was like my childhood, right? I know it's like, Christina, you grew up in the 2000s. Well, yes, that's when the reality show was like on, the Osbournes, but also like, you know, my parents listened to a lot of Ozzy Osbourne music and Black Sabbath. Bella, the new Intercontinental Champion. What? That sounds like a 2K thing. Like, just like the order that she said that in. I mean, I can kind of get where both of them are coming from, this whole situation here. This was definitely better than whatever happened a couple weeks ago. That's a me thing, though. But yeah, I don't know. I'm leaning towards Becky on this whole situation, I think. I mean, Becky's got a fuse going on here, and it's only going to be a matter of time before she loses this title, presumably, right? But, like, I feel like it's got to be a big moment when it does happen. But yeah, I think Becky's going to walk out with the title. I think that might be safe to predict. But this was okay. I enjoyed this, and the crowd was reacting throughout, so, I mean, isn't that what you want? So I'll give all this a thumbs up. At least we're moving in the right direction this time and addressing a lot of things that we should have addressed in the first place. Alrighty, friends, we've got Rhea versus Roxanne, and we've got Rhea just a little too close to the Judgment Day again. Listen, we need her as far away from them as possible. We've been doing good so far. But I'm more interested in this whole, like, Rhea, Io, and then, like, Asuka and Kairi situation. That's what I'm interested in. Get us some more advancement on that. I mean, really, like, the Raw Women's Division has just been crushing it this year. I don't know how else to word it. Like, collectively, it's been crushing it. Why do they always just refer to Roxanne as feisty? It's like, all right, like, I get it. Do we not have synonyms for this? Yeah, I was gonna say that's a little early. Good job, Roxanne. Oh, Roxanne. Oh, but Rhea just caught Roxanne. Oh. Raquel just stood right in front of Roxanne. Rhea and Raquel got plenty of history, to say the least. Oh, there goes Roxanne now, taking down Rhea outside the ring right there. Oh, Raquel's just chilling in the corner, just applauding everything. What a mood. Oh no, not on the apron, not on the apron, not on the apron. Okay, Roxanne just countered. I don't like this. I still don't like this. Oh, right on the post. Okay, that's one way how to take down somebody right there, Roxanne. Okay, I'll give her some brownie points right there, because that's one way to do it. All right, we got a 2 count right there. Rhea kicked out. I'm glad that we're at least getting a few minutes of this match here before we go to the break, and we just went to a break right as I said that. Oh. Alrighty, friends, we're back from the ad break. Roxanne's going after Rhea now, talking some trash, trying to get underneath her skin there. Yeah, I think Roxanne might have gotten a little overconfident there. Oh, nope, I think Rhea might have it. Yep, that's it. I think Roxanne's done here. All right, Rhea just beat Roxanne, but this was a good little match. I enjoyed it. Well, it looks like Raquel just went after Rhea right there. Oh, but Roxanne. Now we got Roxanne and Raquel going after Rhea right there. Oh, listen to that reaction for Io now, too. You got this, Io. Again, this whole situation with Rhea and Io has definitely been one of the highlights all year. Sure, there's been, like, the ups and downs and stuff like that with how everything's been handled, right? Like, the lead up into WrestleMania. However, it's just an interesting story because there's a lot of respect for each other. They beat the crap out of each other at Evolution. They had the match at WrestleMania, right? So it's like, you know, they've had matches with each other. There's all that respect, and there's still that underlying thread that Rhea has never beaten Io. So I don't know. I'm kind of here for it. Again, the women's division, they keep crushing it on this show. Even, you know, with, again, the ups and downs with how things kind of go and stuff. So we'll have to see what happens moving forward. But the Rhea and Roxanne match, I enjoyed it. I'll give it a thumbs up. All right, friends, we've got ourselves Finn Balor versus AJ Styles on Monday Night Raw. Just as a little treat that got added on during the show. Oh, I don't want to see any more ads for the stupid boxing fight. Man, that referee's like ducking and dodging and diving. I love how we just are in that era where we're just like casually dropping stuff about AAA and like TNA wrestling and stuff. Listen, this is a win-win situation for us fans here, right? I mean, we get Finn Balor in a singles match, we get AJ versus Finn Balor, and we get an AJ Styles match. So, I mean, you know, we're at least going to have a good little match on our hands. All right, looks like Finn Balor's in control as we go to the ad break. Alrighty, we're back from the commercial break, and we're basically getting a classic on our hands, and we're only about maybe 2 to 3 minutes into this matchup, at least on TV. Like, obviously, they've had a couple extra minutes with the ad break and everything, because that's the stuff we don't see. Oh, no. Oh, wait, I think he got him in the corner. Well, I thought they were okay. I thought they were going into the corner for a second. I mean, they're kind of in the corner, because AJ was in the corner when he springboarded there, but there goes the sling blade by Finn right there. Uh-oh, looks like Finn's almost got it. Nope, AJ rolled out of the way there. Nope, too close to the ropes. Another counter. Oh my god, AJ. Yep, there's the Styles Clash. That was an awesome ending right there. Or I should say a phenomenal ending. Had to correct myself there. We'll have to see what happens moving forward, but overall this was a good matchup. Again, it was shorter than what I would like to have seen, but I get it. Like, they're kind of put in a tough spot. It's like right before the main event, right? So I understand it, but either way, I'm still gonna give it a thumbs up. We didn't react to it much, but you know what? We gotta pace ourselves a little bit with this show. Alright, so we just had a lot that happened. So basically Braun Breaker, along with Bronson Reed and Paul Heyman, they were trying to go to the ring for the main event, and Roman Reigns went after Bronson Reed, and Roman and Bronson, they effectively got kicked out of the building. And well, we've got LA Knight and Braun Breaker here now fighting in the backstage area, and I can't see anything. Do we got a light? Okay, there we go. Oh my lord, that's bright. I mean, when you go from like that dark like gorilla area, right, like the entrance area that they come out of, right, like that was dark. And then this is really bright. It's a jarring experience, but we're fighting on top of the stage. I believe LA Knight's got some new gear as well. I was gonna say, please keep this going. I want everybody fighting. Yeah, like, didn't this happen like the last time that he was in a similar situation in that one fatal 4-way title match? They keep skimming over the fact that CM Punk cost LA Knight that like title opportunity a couple weeks ago. We're like, were we not here for that? I'm convinced I'm not watching the same show at this point. Alrighty, we're back from the ad break, and we're back into the match here. We're finally in the ring. LA Knight's in firm control here. Wait, the match just finally started? Okay. Well, Michael Cole confirmed it for us, so thank you, Michael Cole. We appreciate that. There's Paul Heyman lurking on the outside of the ring. Well, LA Knight's got every right to be ticked off. CM Punk screwed him over, like, with the title opportunity a couple weeks ago, accidentally gets sent through a table last week. I understand it was an accident, and we saw that was definitely an accident. However, like, he's also had to deal with Braun and Bronson Brigade forever. He was dealing with the Bloodline Vortex for at least, like, 6+ months. Like, he's been, on top of that, he had that U.S. title for a little while over on SmackDown. The dude's been through it this year. You talk about these shows all the time, but I'm convinced we're not watching the same show. Listen, I was outside the last 3 days enjoying the really nice weather, though. It's gonna be in the 70s all week. It was 73 degrees today, and that's not normal for August here where I'm at. Okay, I was gonna say I was a little nervous there. That's all you are is a word. Well, I mean, you have numbers. Remember the Braun Breaker math. I honestly think that the internet has a bunch of, like, Braun Breaker math going right now, because I keep seeing all the memes of, like, apparently, like, if we're about to turn 30, we're entering into our senior citizen era, if you will, and I'm like, I don't feel like a senior citizen. I turn 30 next year. And we watch our stories, and a lot of people that are on our stories are in their 30s and 40s right now. So my brain is just bamboozled. The math ain't adding up. It's 1/2 of 100. That's 50. I don't think LA Knight's 50. God, what is this? This show is so silly at times. You got this, LA Knight. Oh man, he just like sent like Braun Breaker over the top rope. That was really smooth. Michael Cole's like, we need hazard pay for sitting out here with these guys. Yeah, no, I mean, I'd agree. Look at all that he's had to deal with already. I mean, he's been dealing with the Braun and Bronson Brigade and Seth for like months pretty much. At least since June, right? And then all that nonsense that happened at Saturday night's main event, the ruse of the century, and everything that we just talked about. I can't blame the dude for being a little ticked off. But hey, this is a bright spot, people. We got Braun Breaker and we've got LA Knight, the main event to Monday Night Raw. We have glimmers of hope over here. Okay, people, we're back from the ad break. LA Knight going after Braun Breaker. The referee went for the count, and we got a 2 count. I wonder how much Braun Breaker calculus he had to do. I only got up to pre-calc, and I think that was it. I did have to take a number of stats classes, though, like in undergrad and into grad school. Listen, Braun Breaker just defies logic in general. I think we've established this on this show. Braun Breaker breaks math. Oh, nice counter there from LA Knight. All right. It's like I just really gave off like Linda Belcher vibes. All right. Oh my God, Paul. Paul. Crowd yells, yeah. I love the Netflix closed captions. There we go, LA Knight. Building up some momentum there. I don't trust this whole situation at all, friends. We saw Seth earlier. Seth needs to use his indoor voice and just chill for 5 minutes. Oh my God, what was that? Dude, what in the world was that? Yeah, no kidding. I don't know how we just navigated that. You know what? We're gonna give a round of applause for that. Round of applause there. I'd agree, this matchup is awesome. Again, the crowd is still with this dude. You cannot deny it. It's been over 2 years now, pretty much. You just can't. He's taking his good old time. All right, we're at the top turnbuckle now. Oh no. Oh, I don't like where this is going. Oh, there goes LA Knight. There we go. Paul Heyman's melting down outside the ring, which means that you know that you're in the right direction. There we go. Got some good air on that elbow that time. Oh! I'm gonna lose my voice again after this, probably. Seth's nervous, dude. Oh, I don't like this. We're outside the ring. That's not where you want to be. Oh, no. Yep, there we go. Braun Breaker's unreal, dude. I know I say that like every week, but it's true. We need the person to ruin Seth's life even more so now. Mr. CM Punk, as the crowd is chanting. And yeah, there's another spear. I think LA Knight's done. Well, Seth's going after LA Knight now. All right, well, Jay's coming out here, but I'm a little disappointed in Jay, y'all. Oh, Lord. Once again, he's taking his sweet old time out there. I'm all for the Yeet and Yak connection, but Jay was backstage with Roman earlier, confiding in Roman and everything, and I understand that they teamed with each other to take on Braun and Bronson Brigade, but Jay, you were your own man. We were rooting so hard for you, main event, main character Jay Uso. Oh, there we go. Yep, Jay's outnumbered too. Again, we gotta keep in mind that Roman and Bronson Reed are out of the building, like they got kicked out and everything, so that's a thing. Seth, you said the same thing about Punk not becoming a champion as long as you were around, and well, Punk won a title for a few minutes there at SummerSlam. Seth is completely melting down. Alright, here we go. We got Punk and Braun Breaker in the aisle now. They're still going with the song. Will we ever finish Punk versus Seth? Who knows? Braun Breaker just pulled Seth out of the way there. Punk's looking on. We got the #1 contenders now inside the ring. Punk standing and LA Knight and Jay are both down. I don't trust anything. I still think that there's going to be a new person in Seth's group sooner rather than later. Look at this. I'm the king. What? What is Seth going on about? Oh, snap. Here we go. Well, I mean, the three of them were kind of getting into a bit of a scuffle last week, and, well, this is a similar situation to last week because they were too busy fighting each other instead of taking care of Braun and Seth. See, Seth's even saying the thing out loud that they're doing the work for them. They've been imploding for a couple weeks, Michael Cole, or at least the last week or two after the table incident. Oh, and now Jay just kicked Punk. Seth's reactions are hilarious, though. You gotta keep in mind that Jay just talked with Roman. We gotta keep that in mind. They're on, you know, good terms right now and everything. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm very suspicious about this whole situation, to say the least. It's every man for himself, which is what Roman basically told Jay, but I still don't trust that whole situation, because you can't trust anything with the bloodline, anything with the vision, and their lack of vision for that matter, right? But it's like you can't trust where anything's going at this point. You just can't. It's like, who can we trust on this show? Again, we might be going the SmackDown route where we were like kind of joking how you need a buddy system on SmackDown. You're getting to that point here on this show. Oh, but either way around, this was a good matchup. The crowd was into it, and yeah, I enjoyed this matchup for what it was, and we got Braun Breaker and LA Knight in the main event, so I think that's a double win right there, right? So I'll give this a thumbs up. This was a good main event. The ending was crazy, and yeah, I think that pretty much sums things up. Alrighty, so overall, this was a good episode this week. Typically, these go-home shows, they kind of drag out a little bit, but this show didn't feel like that. It felt like it just kept moving. It wasn't going, like, super-duper fast, but it was, like, okay. I felt like I sat down and watched a 2-hour show, so I was okay with that. Now, I know that some people are not too excited about Clash in Paris. Some people are, some people aren't, and that's okay. I don't know. I'm looking forward to watching it. It seems like it's going to be a pretty decent show on paper, and we have the right amount of freshness on the show. We have the right amount of stipulations involved, namely with the Sheamus and Rusev match. So I think we have a good mixture on the card, and I'm okay with that. We also have a match announced for next week. We'll also find out what's going on with the women's world title situation after Naomi had to vacate the title due to her pregnancy last week. And they also announced Dom versus AJ for the IC title next week. Next week is also going to start at 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time because they're over in Paris and they're going to have it live next week. So yeah, we will be here next week on Labor Day because I have the day off. So I mean, what else am I going to do on a Monday in the middle of the day? Either way around, again, this was a good show. I quite enjoyed it. Highlight of the week for me was probably a toss-up between the Dragon Lee and JD McDonagh match. I thought that was quite good. I also enjoyed the main event as well. So we had some bright spots on the show, to say the least, this week. But let me know what you thought about this week's episode of Monday Night Raw down in the comments down below. Leave a like, leave a comment, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and hit the bell button so that you get notifications right here and that sort of thing. And thank you all so much for tuning in, and I will see you all in the next one.